this week we're learning about Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time there lived a little boy called Hansel and a little girl called Gretel. They lived with their father and their mean auntie. One day little Hansel and Gretel hadn't had any food to eat. They were very hungry. Hansel and Gretel heard their mean auntie whisper to their father. "Get rid of the children," she said, "then we will have enough to eat." Hansel and Gretel felt very sad and hungry. The next day the children were taken into the woods. Soon they were very far from home, but Hansel was clever and he had a plan. He had some breadcrumbs in his pocket. As they walked, he left a trail of crumbs to lead them home. Hansel and Gretel were left all alone in the dark woods. "Don't worry," said Gretel, "we will follow the trail of crumbs home again." But a little bird had eaten all the bread. Now Hansel and Gretel were lost. Before long it got dark. Hansel and Gretel made a little fire to keep warm. There were strange noises in the woods. The children were too hungry and scared to go to sleep. The next day Hansel and Gretel wandered through the woods until they came to a funny little house. "It's made of sweets," said Gretel. They stopped to eat a bit of the little house. Suddenly an old woman came out of the house. "Who is eating my house?" asked the old woman. "Sorry," said Hansel, "we didn't know it was your house." "We are very hungry," said Gretel. "Come in, I will give you some food," said the old woman. So Hansel and Gretel went inside the little house. The old woman gave them a big supper and sent them to bed. But Gretel heard the old woman cackling to herself. She was really a witch and she had a wicked plan. "I will feed the boy to make him big and fat, then I will eat him up," the witch said. Gretel told Hansel about the witch's plan. The next day the old witch locked Hansel in a cage. The witch made Gretel give Hansel lots of food to make him fat, but Gretel was clever. She had a plan. The old witch could not see very well, so Gretel gave Hansel an old bone. He pretended it was his finger, so when the witch felt it, she said, "Not fat yet." But one day the old witch couldn't wait any longer. "Fat or not, Hansel will be my dinner," she cackled. "But the oven isn't hot," said Gretel. "Nonsense," said the witch, and she opened the oven to have a look. Quick as a flash, Gretel pushed her in and closed the door, and that was the end of the witch. Hansel and Gretel escaped from the witch's house, and can you guess who was looking for them? The children's father found them, gave them a big hug and took them home. He had sent their mean auntie away and they never saw her again, and they all lived happily ever after. Have fun with your home learning this week. See you soon.